Hi, this is Joe again with another review. For the sake of this video, I'm going to be discussing the 2010 film Toy Story 3. So, of course, Tim Allen, Tom Hanks, also Don Rickles, Joan Cusack, and also you had Ned Beatty in this film. Of course, this film there was like a 11-year gap between Toy Story 2 and Toy Story 3. And I think originally because Toy Story 2 was not as good as Toy Story 1 was, so for some reason they decided to almost stop making the Toy Story films and do other Pixar films. But it's like kind of, let's just do a trilogy and just finish the whole story, which Toy Story 3 technically was, and then of course Toy Story 3 became such a huge hit, so they decided to make a fourth movie, which I haven't seen yet. It's not been on television yet in any capacity, so I'm not doing a review of the fourth one until if and when I ever see it. But for Toy Story 3, the story is, or the plot was much better than the other two films. It's a much better story. It's way better, and also not only that, but it's also the longest one out of the three films. At least in the first three films, it's the longest one out of the three. And it is a nice little ending for the Toy Story franchise. Unfortunately, they made a fourth movie, which I think which is kind of like the fourth Indiana Jones movie, which kind of like ruins the whole Indiana Jones series by having a fourth film. But I'm sticking with Toy Story 3, and the third one is, of course, now Andy, who owned all these toys you see him for the first two films, is now 17 years old. He's not a little kid anymore, and he's not, of course, playing with those toys anymore like he used to. And he has all the toys, like Buzz Lightyear. He has Woody. He has Jessie. He has the horse Bullseye, Mr. Potato Head, Slinky Dog. He had all those toys now in a toy chest, basically. And now he's going to be moving on to college. Is emptying out his bedroom. And now he's deciding whether or not what to do with his old toys. So should he give it away? Should he give it to charity? Should he donate it to a daycare center or a nursery school? Or should he just put it away in the attic? So Andy decides to put it away in the attic. And unfortunately, his mother accidentally throws the toys out by accident. And Woody joins the gang and tries to rescue them. There's a whole big sequence of it, and then they the toys end up getting back to Andy's house, and Andy's mother decides to donate all those toys to this particular daycare. And the toys were getting beaten up. They're getting slammed on the floor, slammed on the table, slammed on the desk. They're banging the toy. The kids are banging the toys all over the place. It's like, this is like going on all day long. And kids says, well, we never been playing like that in such a long time. And the toy says, yeah. And every day they're getting exhausted from being abused by all these kids. And then they decided to break out and go back home to Andy's house. Well, the problem is or say goodbye to Andy when he leaves. So the old breakout of the daycare center, they all end up breaking out, and they go to actually eventually finding Andy's house. And Andy decided to take. Originally, was going to take just Woody, the cowboy sheriff doll, to college with him, because remember it was his favorite toy for so long until he got the Buzz Lightyear doll. A Buzz Lightyear action figure, I should say. And they got home, got to Andy's house, and Andy decided to take all the toys with him, and was thinking of maybe donating them. Then he realizes there's this little girl in the neighborhood who looks like he should be a good fit to give her toys. And Andy realizes this little girl who lives down the block would be a good fit to give his toys to her. And that's why he eventually does it by the end of this movie. Give her all the toys. First plays with them one last time with the little girl, or with the neighbor's girl, and decided to give her his toys. And she says, I want somebody very, very special to take care of my old toys. And I think that person is you. And of course, the little girl gets excited and plays with, the toys with Andy for a few minutes. And then Andy, of course, gets in his car and drives away. And he says, thanks to those guys for all the good memories they gave him when he was a kid and stuff. And he drives away, and Woody says, so long, partner. And I thought that was like a perfect ending for the Toy Story franchise. And I thought that if you watch my other two reviews of the first two Toy Story films, I didn't really care that much for the plot. I thought the plot was kind of thin. This one was a pretty damn good plot. But there was a couple of things that was kind of distracting. One of the things was the Barbie and Ken thing, subplot in this film. I thought that was that was cute for maybe about 5 seconds, and then after a while, after every few minutes, they used to go, and every 10 minutes or so, they went back to the Barbie and Ken thing. I thought that was just annoying as hell. After the first time they did it, I thought that was cute, and then after a while, it got to be very, very annoying. And so, but at least they kept those two dolls to get the Barbie and Ken dolls by the end of this film. But regardless of that, I thought other than the Barbie and Ken subplot, I thought this was a very, very good film. It should have been the final film of the series, but like I said earlier, fortunately they made a fourth one, or didn't they? I should say. Unfortunately, made a fourth movie, which I think kind of ruined the whole series. But I thought that the Toy Story 3 is definitely the best, and a lot of critics have said this, that Toy Story 3 is definitely the best movie of the entire Toy Story series, and I felt that way too. And I really did like the third film. I really liked it. And I was very surprised that I liked it, because, like I said earlier, they didn't care so much of the plot of the first two films. But the third one is definitely, Toy Story 3 is definitely the best one of the first three movies. So there's my review of Toy Story 3. Please click on the video, please rate it, please subscribe to my channel, and please follow this video on your Facebook pages. You can check out all my reviews and on my YouTube channel at RallyC.com, that's WDY, and that's C.com. There's a homepage, another reviewer, Chris Lee Moore, and please check out all of his videos on his website. Thanks for watching, and catch you next time.